The meaning of the Nine of Swords. Now I find it very poetic that we got this card specifically for our main character slash protagonist, biggest fear and biggest weakness, and you're going to see why in just a second. So I've said this multiple times in multiple videos, but I'm just going to reiterate it again. All of these Nine of Swords essentially mean the exact same thing. All of these swords are from different tarot decks. So when a writer is deciding to start writing with tarot or using it as a tool in their writing process, I really recommend that the writer finds a tarot deck that mostly matches the world that they are trying to create. I am creating a mermaid character right now, so I'm using a mermaid deck, or I would probably even use an under the sea deck. But if I'm going to be creating a mermaid deck or a mermaid character, I'm not going to be using the Halloween tarot deck. It just gives different prompts, all that kind of stuff. This is the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, and that's the kids' tarot. Again, they all look the same, but they're going to give different prompts. I'm Chris, and I'm a certified tarot reader. And as someone who has struggled to express my voice authentically, just once I found tarot, I was able to sit down and quiet out the noise from the outside world, and I'm more in tune with my own creativity and my own voice as I am creating my own art. And so now I just want to use my cards to help writers find some flow within themselves as well. So really, this card means fears, nightmares, and anxieties. Look at all these people waking up in the middle of the night and they are just crying or they're scared. Look at this guy who's in the tent. He's seeing a monster down below, which again, going back to what we did in a previous video, maybe this guy is actually dreaming of this monster. Maybe it's not even real. Maybe it's just a nightmare. So let's go into these suits of the tarot. We've got cups, pentacles, swords, and wands. Then let's go into the elements. We've got earth, air, fire, and water. Swords, like what we're dealing with here, is associated with the element of air. Air is associated with our thoughts and our communication. And again, since nightmares are in our thoughts, we kind of have nightmares and anxieties and fears. All that stuff kind of goes together. We can also go into these cycles of the tarot. We can go aces are the beginning and tens are completion. 9 is very close to the end of the completion, so we're getting kind of close to going into a new fear cycle. What's kind of throwing a wrench in this right now is that this card is reversed. And a reverse card means blocked, delayed, healing, or internal energy. Sometimes the card in reverse means the exact opposite of what the upright card means, but it depends on the reader and also what the question is asked. So for example, in a reading, this might be, I'm healing from a fear or an anxiety, or I am keeping something, a fear or anxiety internally, and I'm not telling people about it. There could be, I'm blocking a fear or anxiety and not addressing it, all that kind of stuff. I'd like to know what the Nine of Swords means to you in the comments. Everyone kind of reads a tarot card differently and gets different prompts, and how do you read it? So that's the meaning of the Nine of Swords card in reverse. And in the next video, we are going to be associating everything that we've talked about thus far about the Nine of Swords with our actual protagonist and their biggest fear and their biggest weakness. If you would like to see the card or spread in its entirety, please go down to the description box where you can actually get it there. If you are enjoying learning how to read tarot cards in this way, please remember to interact with this video so that I remain in your feed, and I will see you in the next one.